The last time I was lean was almost 4 years ago in 2018. Since then, I've gained a bunch of strength and hopefully some muscle as well. Only time will tell, because now it's time to lose the fat and see what's hiding underneath it. I will log my weight loss and training progress here for the next several months, so follow along as I go through this process. Enjoy! Alright, my starting weight is 220.4 pounds, exactly 100 kilos, and at least according to the scale, my body fat is 23.3%. I'm gonna be measuring my weight every morning, then taking the weekly averages and comparing those. Now here's my body starting out, definitely soft, but I'm excited to see what's underneath that fat once it comes off. The last time I was lean was 4 years ago, so there has to be some new muscle. If it's 5 kilos, I'm really happy. If it's only half of that, that's fine as well. I don't think it's gonna be any less than that. I'm not planning on getting super lean, and I'm not planning on staying there once I get to that point. I just don't think it's particularly healthy or sustainable, at least for me. My starting waist measurement is 94 centimeters 37 inches, neck is 40 centimeters or 15.7 inches, my chest is 120 centimeters 47.2 inches, arm mostly fat but 42 centimeters 16.5 inches, and legs, my pride and joy though still currently largely fat, 75 centimeters or 29.5 inches. There's a cat in my kitchen sink, but I don't care. I'm gonna update these measurements every week. I was kinda hesitant on doing the same with my progress photos, or in this case videos, because the visual changes don't really happen weekly when you're losing weight. But once you chain multiple successful weeks together, the visual changes are gonna become apparent, so I think I'm gonna show that process as well. This is the training routine I'm gonna be starting off with, then I'll make some changes as time goes on. Just to explain my rationale behind this a little bit, every day starts off with a main lift that I wanna get better at. So squat, overhead press, bench, and deadlift. And squats and deadlifts are as far apart from each other as possible so they don't interfere with each other. The squat and deadlift days have pressing assistance work, and the overhead press and bench press days have deadlift and squat assistance work, done with lighter variations for higher reps. And then every day finishes off with a back exercise. Heavier variations in the beginning of the week and lighter variations at the end of the week. Plus, I don't want to do barbell rows right before my deadlift day, so that plays into it as well. I like to do my cardio in the form of walking or cycling outside. Currently there's a lot of snow on the ground and on the roads, but once that melts in a month or two, I'm gonna be doing a lot more cardio. It's not gonna be programmed or anything, but I'm gonna be trying to walk 10,000 steps a day and cycle 2 to 3 times per week. I will measure everything that I eat, and I will count my calories and macros. I've been doing that for most of my lifting career, so it's not a problem. I'll eat small to moderate portions of normal food when I'm hungry, supplementing with whey protein and aiming for around 2,500 calories a day. I'll eat more on days when I'm hungrier and less on days when I'm not. As long as I lose about 1% of my body weight per week, I'm good. Gonna go train some low bar squats, some Larsen press, basically feet up bench with a pause, and some barbell rows. Let's go. Now, going over this week's training, I started my Monday workout with the low bar squats, put 140 kilos on the bar and did it for 4 sets of 5. The initial plan was to do 5 sets of 5, but after the 4th set I was so fatigued that the last rep was basically a limit rep, and I decided to be smart and stop there. This will surely get better as time goes on, because I haven't done low bar squats for multiple straight sets in a while, so my work capacity is probably down at the moment. Moving over to the Larsen press, which is my new favorite bench assistance exercise after I started doing it at the end of last year. This is great for just building your upper body strength and muscle, since you take your feet off the floor. That eliminates a lot of the arch you would normally have and extends the range of motion, and of course removes the leg drive as well. So this is purely an upper body strength and muscle builder. Gives you a lot of time under tension, feels really good. You can use less weight and get the same result, and so on. I got this for 10, 8, 6 and 5 with 90 kilos. I'm pretty much pushing this for the same reps and weight that I used to push my normal bench a year or two ago. Finishing off the workout with barbell rows, did this with 90 kilos as well, but got one more rep on the last 2 sets compared to Larsen press. I tend to lose less reps on rows compared to pull-ups or overhead press or bench for some reason. Probably just has to do with the explosiveness of the muscles used. But this is just a great overall back exercise, works everything in the back including spinal erectors. Anyway, that's the Monday workout. Alright, workout done. Went pretty good overall. I caught myself thinking, time to go home and eat a bunch of food and rest, but then I remembered I'm trying to lose weight. Gotta build that mentality and those habits for a while. Surprise cold shower footage, but hey, at least it's appropriately cropped. I don't think there's anything magical to these, I'm just doing them every morning to wake up better, and it feels good afterwards. Started Tuesday's workout with the overhead press, doing 5 sets of 5 with 60 kilos. Now this lift really hasn't moved up very much for me in the last few years. It's been between 60 and 70 kilos for quite a while, although my form became more strict last year, so there is progress in that sense. It was a really sunny day and a really sunny week. Just look at that sunshine from the window. Ah, and that blue sky. It's been a really long winter. I can't wait for the spring to come. The 60 kilos moved really well today though, kinda looks like a toy. But for me to get to the next level on the overhead press, I think I would just have to start doing a lot more work and frequency for it. Continuing with the Romanian deadlift, I kinda messed up on my first set, was gonna go for 10 reps but then lost my balance on the last rep and thus only got 9. Good job there. At least I didn't fall over. Kinda proud of myself for that one. Went for redemption on my second set. Usually I go for 10 reps on the first set and then drop the reps on subsequent sets as fatigue builds up, leaving a rep or 2 in the tank every time. This tends to give you the most reps over multiple sets, because if you go all the way to failure on your first one, then the reps just drop drastically afterwards. Now, I've been having some pain in my upper right hamstring for the past 6 months. The level of pain has only ever been between like 1 and 3 out of 10, and it isn't really getting any worse, but it is very stubborn and I might have to reduce my posterior chain work at some point to make it go away. Anyway, managed to finish the set, didn't even fall over. Great job, me. Here's probably the wildest angle you've ever seen on pull-ups. Doing these with a close, neutral grip. Over the years I've come to the conclusion that this is the best variation for me. Overhand grip gives me a little bit of shoulder problems on the left side, and underhand grip is fine, but is a little bit awkward for the elbows sometimes. Got these for 2 sets of 6 and 2 sets of 5 with 10 kilos added to my body weight of 100 kilos. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our daily cut moment. Wednesday was off, and on Thursday I was working out at night time, starting the workout with bench press, 5 sets of 5 with 110 kilos. I remember a time not too long ago when this weight used to be challenging for me, but now it's moving really well and will only go up from here, so pretty happy about that one. Moving along with the high bar squat, did these with 110 kilos as well for 10, 8, 8 and 6. Really felt fatigue building up after the first set, which I think will only get better as time goes on as my work capacity improves. Usually takes a few weeks for that to happen when starting a new program. This exercise got a lot better for me recently when I did a bunch of hack squats and pause squats to strengthen my quads. I used to come up from the bottom very bent over because I think my posterior chain was so much stronger than my quads that my body wanted to do that. But now I can stay more upright, the bar isn't rolling on my back as much and it just feels more comfortable overall. Last exercise of the workout, 1-arm dumbbell row. Only had about 15 minutes to do these before the gym closed, so kinda had to hurry up. Usually I like to take my time between each arm on these, so instead of doing left arm, then right arm and then resting 3 minutes, I do left arm, rest 1.5 minutes, then do right arm, rest 1.5 minutes and so on. But this time my rest periods were more like 30 to 60 seconds. Not too important because this isn't a strength demonstration exercise. It's a muscle builder, work capacity builder, just focusing on good technique and feeling the muscle. The sun is coming up and I'm still awake. Decided to take a walk and take my GoPro with me. Show the nonsense. This is usual for me. We good. And now we're at Friday's workout, still working out at night, this time going to the gym a couple hours earlier so I actually have time to finish it properly. Did some deadlifts to start the workout off, only did 3 sets because my hamstring was feeling really iffy on the right side, so managed to be smart on this one. Continuing with the incline bench press, having a moderate incline here, doing 80 kilos for 10, 9, 8 and 7. Also putting some plates under the bench, because if I don't then my legs are too close to the floor, which feels awkward and I completely hate that when the bench is too low to the ground. Kinda ghetto looking setup, and even though I'm not using leg drive on these, it makes the lift feel a lot better. Having a pretty close grip here and just focusing on feeling the muscle. And we're at the final exercise of the workout and the entire training week, which is bodyweight pull-ups, doing 12, 8, 5 and 5 with my body weight, which is 100 kilos. I wanted to see how many reps I could get, so I went for as many as I could on the first 2 sets, and as you can see I lost a bunch of reps there. Pretty happy that I got 12 reps with this body weight. The interesting thing is that my bench and pull-ups have always been the same. If I can get 12 reps with 100 kilos on the bench, I can get 12 reps for 100 total kilos on the pull-ups. If I can do 5 sets of 5 on the bench with 110 kilos, I can do 5 sets of 5 on the pull-up with 110 kilos total. The last few reps weren't the cleanest, but also not using any momentum here. The point is to work the upper back, not kick your legs in the air. Anyway, that does it for this week's training. I took the weekend to relax, went to the sauna. Had this little furry friend here help me edit these videos, and that's about it. Overall, a very successful first week, everything went as planned, got into the swing of things, and it's only gonna get easier from here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.